Now at 9, Joplin's new police chief is sworn in by city officials. Plus, Watered Gardens in Joplin opens up its annual Christmas market. And an event in Joplin is giving foster and adoptive families a chance to do some special Christmas shopping.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Joplin officially has a new police chief. City officials today swore in Richard Pearson as the chief of the Joplin Police Department. Pearson previously served as the captain of the Jefferson County Public School System Police Department in Louisville, Kentucky. He also has served 22 years with the Louisville Metro Police Department. He says his big goal as chief is to improve communication with the public.
I want to have an intimate working relationship between the police and the public. I don't want there to be any of this us versus them mentality. I don't want anybody in the public to think, oh, there's the police, we can't approach them, we can't talk to them.
Pearson says he also wants to develop a close relationship with the Joplin School District. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a chilly one for us today. We could only get up to 43 degrees, started at 31. Average highs 47, so we were actually below normal, which we haven't seen much of so far in the month of December. We could also use some rain. We got a little bit over the weekend, about 2/10 of an inch, but we're still 14 inches behind for 2023, and we are going to get some rain, especially the second half of the week. Not tonight. Pretty much clear skies. Clouds will start to increase later on tonight as we get into this mess. That is the beginnings of our next storm system, which will start to affect us pretty much on Wednesday into Thursday. Tonight just cold, eventually down to about 24 degrees, back to 39 by 10 a.m. We do start to warm up a bit the next couple days. We'll look at that here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. A Christmas blow mold collector got the chance to spread his passion along with Christmas cheer. If you don't know what that is, it's a type of decoration. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
It's just something that even when I see them in others' yards, they just spark a certain Christmas joy because it's something that I grew up with.
Since the age of 8, Dustin Molinaro has been collecting Christmas blow molds, a hobby he picked up from his grandparents.
Kind of started slow. I had the same ones for several years, and then as I became an adult, it kind of just blew up because then I had my own money to spend on what I wanted, and that ended up being a lot of Christmas decor blow molds specifically.
This holiday season, the Joplin History and Mineral Museum is showing off his collection, but only a third of it.
I have about 350. There's about 120 here in the museum, about 100 in my front yard, and about 100 inside my house.
This isn't the first time his collection has been on display, yet sharing his passion makes him feel young.
I still feel the same way like when I was 8 when I see Christmas displays set up, and even going back to, I think it was 2005, I won an award when I lived in Colorado still.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Molinaro's collection will be on display at the Joplin History and Mineral Museum until mid-January. I've seen it. You should go check it out. Well, KOAM Santa Village is live on our website, koamnewsnow.com/Santa. You can also get there by scanning the QR code on your screen. Right now it features a variety of games, with a new one unlocking every day leading up until Christmas. And on Christmas Eve, that page will be the home of our Santa tracker, courtesy of NORAD. So excited about this. An elaborate Christmas lights display is back up and running in Commerce, Oklahoma. The Rush family has been decorating their home for the holidays for years. The lights flash in tune with different songs playing on 103.1 FM. If you'd like to check it out, it's on South Elm Street in Commerce. Spectacular drone footage captured a Christmas tree towering at 102 feet, which was on display for the third year in a row in Enid, Oklahoma. This video by Mitchell Ballard with Higher Image LLC shows the stunning tree. Project coordinator Nicole Winfield described it as one of a kind, with festival organizers saying it was one of the world's tallest Christmas trees. That is impressive. 'Tis the season for giving, and what better way to embody that spirit than shopping for loved ones and showing young ones the significance of family and generosity. Tonight, Foster Adopt Connect Joplin and Precious Moments Chapel partnered together to do just that. KOAM's Elise Noe has more.
During the holiday season, cookies, twinkling lights, Santa Claus, and of course presents take center stage in children's minds. Foster Adopt Connect Joplin is blending these festive elements with the spirit of generosity, inviting foster families and communities to shop for their loved ones, and a special holiday pop-up hosted by Precious Moments Chapel in Carthage.
So this holiday pop-up is really designed as a place where kids and families can come, experience a little bit of holiday joy, and get to shop. And so they get to shop for gifts for loved one and themselves.
With 2 years in the 4-state area, Foster Adopt recognizes the importance of ensuring every child has a gift for someone in their family.
Getting to share at the holiday, like that's what it's all about, right? It's that giving joy. And so being able to equip kids to show up with gifts and be prideful in that giving, and when they receive, it feels like a reciprocal exchange rather than maybe taking charity.
Kids got to choose 6 items from the Precious Moments gift shop while enjoying holiday crafts, hot cocoa, popcorn, and a visit from Santa.
Oh, the popcorn was a 10 out of 10. I shopped for my grandpa. He lives all the way in Galena, Kansas. And I also shopped for my Dodo. That's what we call her. She is not too far from here.
Families were also treated to a candlelight walk to the chapel, learning about its history. In Carthage, Missouri, Elise Noe, KOAM News.
This was Foster Adopt's second annual holiday pop-up event. Well, the Better Business Bureau wants to warn families about holiday pet adoption scams. According to the BBB, 80% of sponsored pet advertisements may be fake. Experts say do your homework before you buy a new pet and only buy from a reputable source. Make sure you see the pet in person before you buy and avoid wiring money. Also consider reaching out to an animal shelter to adopt or foster. We have a more extensive list of tips on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, Christmas came early for some Carthage students in the form of books. Kindergarten students received a variety of titles, including the book Giraffes Can't Dance. It's all part of a donation from the Literacy Council Board. Officials say these books will go a long way to make sure every student is reading at least on level.
Probably pretty exciting right now at Christmas time. Receive a gift and be able to take it home. They are Christmas books as well, so it's part of the season that should encourage them to read to their family.
Oh, well, a lot of them don't have books at home.
There were more than 900 books handed out today. Well, coming up, does the stress of holiday travel turn you into a Grinch? Well, you're not alone. We've got a device to help you bring home happy memories this year. Many people will be heading home for the holidays to spend time with their loved ones and relax. But a new study finds that planning these trips turns a lot of people into the Grinch as they find it more stressful to travel. Fox's Jennifer Williams has more.
I'm laughing because it's hilarious. They're not vacations. It's not a vacation.
According to a report by studyfinds.org, a third of American holiday travelers don't count traveling home for the holidays as a true vacation.
Just the planning, making sure you have money, splitting money between here and Christmas and everything like that. So that's the stressful part.
Our usual day-to-day involves, meals and naps. You have to take that template and move it over into another location.
They're exciting, but it is stressful. It is, little kids, personalities, tantrums. My parents can act like kids themselves.
Some find it so stressful they need a vacation from their vacation. 71% say they need a separate trip in order to really unwind.
To go on a vacation after the vacation, but just adults. So you can have drinks and relax, and yeah, that's a vacation.
We can't really focus on us or myself.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Jeff Gardier warns not to let old family dynamics dominate the present.
Go into the situation with not wanting to win an argument, but learning from one another and maybe trying to heal some old wounds. I think that's what the holidays really should be about.
I believe in family vacations and holidays because it brings us together. Those are your fondest memories that you have as a child of traveling with your family.
and just having a good time.
Lawrence's family is actually on vacation. Originally from Brooklyn, they traveled from Delaware to see the Nickelodeon Universe theme park at the American Dream Mall.
It's my son's birthday. He's turning 10 on Monday. So Josiah, so he's going to be 10 on Monday. We travel every birthday. We always travel, so we love it.
Well, Southwest Airlines has agreed to pay a $140 million civil penalty for last year's holiday cancellations that stranded 2 million passengers. The meltdown involved 16,900 cancellations. As part of the settlement, Southwest will provide $90 million in travel vouchers of $75 or more to passengers delayed at least 3 hours to their final destination because of an issue or cancellation caused by the airline. Well, Doug is next with a complete look at your forecast. And later, it's a CNC rivalry game in Girard as the Trojans host Baxter Springs. We'll have the highlights.
Well, of course, a chilly day for us today, but we did get quite a bit of sunshine, which was nice. And still, we have the clear skies out there right now. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, one of our newer tower cams. We are looking northeast at downtown Joplin. All right, the winds breezy for us today. They are starting to calm down a little bit, so at least it's not going to make it feel colder than what it actually is as we go through the overnight hours tonight. But these winds are going to whip around out of the south by tomorrow and really start to pick up. Look at this. We'll have gusts at times near 30, maybe 35 to 40 once you get into our western counties, and it stays windy again as we go into Wednesday afternoon as well. Winds are going to be gusting right around 30 miles per hour. So it's not like a trash can gone situation, but definitely knocked over. So if it's outside, if it's trash day tomorrow or Wednesday, you may want to secure it down or bring it in. All right, clear skies for now, but clouds starting to increase central and western Kansas. This is the beginnings of our next storm system. Now you can see this ridge, this bump, ridge just to our west. This is going to roll in over the next few days. That's going to warm our temperatures up, and then we're going to have these storm systems start to affect us, especially as we head toward the holiday weekend. Now tonight's going to be okay. It's just going to be cold. Low to mid 20s by morning. You can see the clouds start to thicken up. As we continue through the morning hours, mostly cloudy skies, upper 40s by about the noon hour. Once we get into the afternoon, about 52 in Fort Scott. Bonita 53, Anderson up to about 52 degrees. Clouds continue to thicken tomorrow night. Not as cold. We drop back right around 40. And then on Wednesday, just cloudy skies. Temperature's nice, upper 50s. We may get a sprinkle or two in here by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon. Now Wednesday night, showers will start to develop, especially after midnight. Here's 3 a.m., scattered showers, and then showers increase as we go through the daytime hours on Thursday. All right, your day planner for your Tuesday, 34 at 9, 49 by 1, 52 by 3 p.m. Let's go down the road toward the holiday weekend. All right, so we get rain in here Thursday, rain Thursday night into Friday, mainly the first half of the day on Friday. Here comes another wave. So now we're looking at Saturday afternoon, rain again. A lot of people traveling on Saturday. On Christmas Eve, showers, maybe some thunderstorms. And then let's stop. Christmas morning, not snowing, but definitely a wet Christmas for us this year. If you remember, we had a white Christmas last year. All right, 51 tomorrow, 58 on Wednesday, 58 Thursday. Those rain chances increasing, temperatures increasing, 60 over the weekend, and a high temp of 62 on Monday.
Well, it may not feel like it here, but technically winter is only a few days away. The official first day of astronomical winter is Thursday. It's the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. Thursday will have 9 hours, 26 minutes, and 13 seconds of daylight. The last day of astronomical winter will be March 19th. Well, coming up, getting closer to a funding bill.
A bipartisan group of senators say they're making progress on a package that would address immigration and unlock billions of dollars in funding for Ukraine. But the chances of it getting done before the end of the year are slim. I'm Matla Rivera in Washington with the latest on the talks.
Water Gardens in Joplin kicked off its annual Christmas market today. During the week leading up to Christmas, they offer toys, games, clothes, and stocking stuffers to families who would otherwise struggle to afford them. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
Gives people that are that are a little under, that are people that are struggling, an opportunity to make themselves feel better by giving, which we don't normally get a chance to do that.
This is the first time in a while Shannon Jaggers will have the chance to give to her 4, soon to be 5, grandkids. Her feeling is happiness.
It makes me feel very good, and they're going to be quite surprised. So you're not only making mine, but they're making theirs too. I'm done. Oh boy.
The happy cheers and surprise are thanks to Water Gardens Christmas Market.
That parent has selected the gifts for their kids. It's not something where someone else just handed it to them. They get to have an investment in it, ownership of it. It affirms their dignity, and I think it makes Christmas great for those who might otherwise have really had nothing.
The available items are donated by the community, but instead of assigning a price, they're giving a timestamp, the amount of time for shoppers to work in Water Gardens Worth Shop and earn the gifts they choose. Scissor, tapes, and wrapping paper are also available for shoppers who want to make sure that their gifts are ready for Christmas Day.
And help people wrap if they want stuff wrapped. Sometimes we can send some of that stuff with them because that's expensive too.
Volunteers like Becky Marie receive a different kind of gift. In the last 5 years, she's joined by her grandson, Jackson Storm, in the mission of giving back to the community.
I really do like helping people, and I'm just blessed to do it.
A blessing they're passing on.
It lets you know that you're not alone.
In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
The Christmas market happens every day this week through Friday, except on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, shopping and working must be done on the same day. Well, it's package delivery crunch time, and you may have to be crunching through the snow to meet final mailing deadlines. The United States Postal Service has geared up to a final push to get your mail holiday parcels delivered in time. But the service is swamped with billions of parcels this year, despite adding 10,000 seasonal workers. Today was the deadline for using regular USPS priority mail for parcels. Up next, you've heard of Downward Dog, but we'll take you to a yoga event in Joplin connecting yogis with cats. A Pittsburgh yoga studio is using some feline therapy to help its students relax. Eclectic Soul Studio teamed up with the Literary Cat Company for the event. Attendees were able to get in an hour of easy yoga surrounded by and loved on by cats. It was also a chance for someone to adopt one of the cats through the Literary Cat Company. Well, 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports is coming your way. Protests in Arkansas call for changes to be made to the state's prison system. Plus, Congress nears a possible deal to provide funding for border security and aid to Ukraine.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Protesters took to the streets of Little Rock calling for change in the state's prison system. Rebecca Brown spoke with the protesters about what they're hoping to see change.
Calls for change ringing throughout the streets of Little Rock. Several different organizations joining together, all with a different message, but with one common goal: bringing awareness to the state's prison system.
We need to get back to the core basics of treating people with human dignity and providing their basic rights and rehabilitation.
Many among the group have personal connections with the prison system, either themselves or through loved ones. Ladina Biddle, the organizer of Sunday's Unity March, says as a community, we need to discuss the health and safety of inmates more.
Right now, because the public's view is, they're getting what they deserve. And that is what we've got to change the view on. It changes really fast when it's one of your own that's in there. We want to educate the public and show them they do not deserve. They don't know half of what what's going on in there.
Albertus Murray, the founder of a group called Reform, says his purpose of going door to door is to be a voice for the voiceless by offering knowledge and solutions to bring change.
So by the time they get 19 and 20, they won't make a mistake like I made. First time ever being in jail at the age of 19 and going to prison for 50 years and doing almost 30 years of my life. So I didn't get a chance to live, but I did live. I lived here. I educated my mind. So that's one of the biggest things I want to express to kids.
And for Dorothy Holloway, whose heart is marching to a different beat as she advocates for her son's killer to be released from prison.
If it's injustice, killing somebody, I think you should pay. I think you should be locked up and paid. But this boy has been in there since 1999, and that's a long time. And so I just want to see him out giving back to the community, walking through the community, talking to the people, saying what he went through and who brought him out. I didn't, God did.
The federal government is trying to make it harder for officers found guilty of misconduct to get hired at other departments. The Justice Department launched a new national database to centralize information on the misconduct of federal officers. It'll flag them during the hiring process for law enforcement positions. Right now, the database only applies to federal officers, but officials are working to allow state, local, and tribal agencies to also participate. The chances of passing a funding bill for Ukraine before the end of the year are looking grim as negotiations continue on Capitol Hill. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
Congress may be closing in on a deal to tighten the southern border. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas joined senators on Capitol Hill in a flurry of talks this weekend on a package tying border security and Ukraine aid.
As the president has said, it's important to move this forward, and he is willing to negotiate in good faith, and he is willing to make compromises both on the policy front and on the border security front.
But the chances of passing a bill before the end of the year are looking closer to a holiday miracle. Lead negotiators have yet to release a framework agreement and admit Democrats and Republicans would need time to review the legislation before putting it up for a vote.
There are a number of significant issues our colleagues are still working to resolve. The effects of years of failed border enforcement are compounded.
Progressives have balked at some of the proposals, which could include restrictions on asylum. Still, a compromise could give the president a much-needed bump on immigration, an issue where his administration has struggled.
Finding the middle ground is exceptionally hard, and both sides must accept that they will have to make concessions, and it's going to take some more time to get it done.
Meantime, former President Trump is facing backlash from his Republican presidential rivals after saying over the weekend that immigrants coming to the U.S. are, quote, poisoning the blood of our country.
We need a nominee who's going to be able to press the case against Biden's failures without getting involved in stepping in it or doing things that are going to divert attention.
A recent Fox News poll shows 8 in 10 voters describe the southern border as a major problem, if not an emergency. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
A little bit later, we'll learn how Santa's helpers all around the world are working to ring in the holiday season.
Well, of course, a chilly day for us today, but we did get quite a bit of sunshine, which was nice. And still, we have the clear skies out there right now. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, one of our newer tower cams. We are looking northeast at downtown Joplin. All right, the winds breezy for us today. They are starting to calm down a little bit, so at least it's not going to make it feel colder than what it actually is as we go through the overnight hours tonight. But these winds are going to whip around out of the south by tomorrow and really start to pick up. Look at this. We'll have gusts at times near 30, maybe 35 to 40 once you get into our western counties, and it stays windy again. As we go into Wednesday afternoon as well, winds are going to be gusting right around 30 miles per hour. So it's not like a trash can gone situation, but definitely knocked over. So if it's outside, if it's trash day tomorrow or Wednesday, you may want to secure it down or bring it in. All right, clear skies for now, but clouds starting to increase central and western Kansas. This is the beginnings of our next storm system. Now you can see this ridge, this bump, ridge, just to our west. This is going to roll in over the next few days. That's going to warm our temperatures up, and then we're going to have these storm systems start to affect us, especially as we head toward the holiday weekend. Now, tonight's going to be okay. It's just going to be cold. Low to mid 20s by morning. You can see the clouds start to thicken up. As we continue through the morning hours, mostly cloudy skies, upper 40s by about the noon hour. Once we get into the afternoon, about 52 in Fort Scott. Veneta 53, Anderson up to about 52 degrees. Clouds continue to thicken tomorrow night. Not as cold. We drop back right around 40. And then on Wednesday, just cloudy skies. Temperature's nice, upper 50s. We may get a sprinkle or two in here by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon. Now, Wednesday night, showers will start to develop, especially after midnight. Here's 3 a.m., scattered showers, and then showers increase as we go through the daytime hours on Thursday. All right, your day planner for your Tuesday, 34 at 9, 49 by 1, 52 by 3 p.m. Let's go down the road toward the holiday weekend. All right, so we get rain in here Thursday, rain Thursday night into Friday, mainly the first half of the day on Friday. Here comes another wave. So now we're looking at Saturday afternoon, rain again. A lot of people traveling on Saturday. On Christmas Eve, showers, maybe some thunderstorms. And then let's stop. Christmas morning, not snowing, but definitely a wet Christmas for us this year. If you remember, we had a white Christmas last year. All right, 51 tomorrow, 58 on Wednesday, 58 Thursday. Those rain chances increasing, temperatures increasing, 60 over the weekend, and a high temp of 62 on Monday.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, Christmas is almost here, and many families in Maui are still struggling following the devastating August fires in Lahaina. But organizations are hard at work to make sure kids in Maui get some holiday cheer. Fox's Alina Lee has more.
Rolls and rolls of gift wrap. Thousands of toys wrapped and handed with aloha. A toy drive in Ma'alaya is keeping the holiday spirit bright for families struggling months after the Lahaina fire.
We just wanted to do something for the Keiki of Lahaina. They lost everything, the families lost everything. And yeah, we just wanted to do something for them. We could have put a smile on their faces for just for a moment.
Families that I've been able to talk to have been so appreciative, right? I mean, they've been through so much, and they've been coming here, and they have smiles on their faces, and it really means a lot to them just to have a little bit of a Christmas cheer.
About 1,300 families signed up to receive their gifts, getting their pick from thousands of donations.
The community outreach to bring toys was unbelievable. We were thinking maybe we weren't going to get enough, and we had so many people come out and make donations that we have more than enough for everybody.
For some keiki, it's a moment of peace and joy as their families continue to rebuild from the fires.
The kids already went through so much, and they were in the middle of the fire too, so something to take their mind off of it a bit.
Are you guys excited to be here today? Yes. What are you most excited for?
Present.
Present?
Yeah, present.
What do you think your gift is? Do you have any idea?
Lego?
And a reminder that they are not alone.
As a parent, I couldn't imagine this Christmas Day without anything for my children. And so I think this would just get some weight off of their shoulders and a little bit of hope, to families that have lost everything.
I am excited to be here to get more gifts at Christmas. And I'm excited to have a bunch of gifts this Christmas to share with my brothers and sisters. And I hope everybody a wonderful Christmas this year.
Well, coming up in sports, Pitt State men's basketball plays its first game in the High Desert Classic in Las Vegas. Plus, Girard boys basketball host Baxter Springs. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
Pitt State men's basketball got off to a slow start to its 2023-24 season. The Gorillas lost 4 of their first 6 games, but they didn't hang their heads. They won the next 2, including an upset of third-ranked Central Oklahoma, before playing in Vegas. That's where Jeff Boshy's team is right now, competing in the High Desert Classic, and they just won their first game of the tournament, 94-88 over Truman State this evening. Jeremy Shaw, who's making his season debut in this one, leads all scorers with 29 points, 17 of which were in the first half. PSU ends its brief stint in Sin City. Tomorrow, it faces Henderson State at 4 p.m. Just as good of news for PSU women's basketball this evening. The Gorillas have no problem with Lincoln. They win 73-57 on the road. Corinna Gerber leads the way with 23 points. 15 of those were in the first half. Harper Schreiner gets a double-double with assists and points. And Amanda David's team already has 10 wins in its first 11 games. They have a week and a half off before playing their next game against Tabor College on December 30th. Girard boys and girls basketball each at home this evening for a CNC matchup with Baxter Springs coming to town. Now in the girls game, this one all Trojans. Girard leads 27-13 at the half. Then they blanked the Lady Lions in the second half, winning by a final score of 56-13. Trojans are 2-0 in conference play with a win against Galena as well. Their two losses came to Parsons to open the season and Nevada this past Friday. Baxter Springs boys basketball on the road in the CNC tonight, taking on Girard on its home floor. Early in the first quarter, Lions down a handful. Jacob Grant gets the pass in the low post, then the 6'5 junior pump fakes and scores. Still in the first, Peyton Gaines, little fadeaway here. He connects in the high post. That cuts the lead to 10-6 Girard. Trojans started heating up after that though. Ranson Bourne glides to the hoop. He hits the layup with just seconds left in the first to put Girard back up 6. Then Bourne passes out to Levi Blair. He attacks the basket and the lefty floater up and in. It's 16-8 Trojans when Bourne finds Aiden Troike, who nails the uncontested 3. That stretches the lead to double digits. A few seconds later, Lions turn it over. Troike knows exactly what to do with it. He gets up for the two-handed slam. Trojans run away with it. They win at home 59-47. Then a cross-state battle between Missouri and Kansas taking place in Pittsburgh tonight. The Purple Dragons win this one close. It's their first win of the season, 53-49 over the Lady Cardinals. Purple Dragons off until the new year. Their next game's on January 5th against Chanute. And over in the NFL, the Chiefs announced this afternoon that wide receiver Sky Moore placed on injured reserve. According to Andy Reid, Moore has swelling in his knee, and he only participated in 16 snaps against the Patriots yesterday afternoon. This means the second-year wideout out for the rest of the regular season, but he still could return come playoff time. That's all for sports. We're back with more news after this.
The countdown to Christmas is getting shorter, but while the real Santa is busy preparing for his gift-giving journey around the world, thousands of Santa's helpers across the planet are helping to spread some early holiday joy. Fox News' Chris DeMeo takes a look at Santas in action.
These sure aren't your average Santas. With Christmas just days away, thousands of people around the world are channeling the spirit of the jolly man in red, donning Santa costumes as they spread cheer to those in need. In Italy, a fleet of Santas traded in their sleighs for boats as they rode down canals in Venice on Sunday. This as hundreds of Santas in Rome took to bicycles for a charity race benefiting kids with cancer.
This thing isn't exactly made to handle sweat.
Meanwhile, this runner seemed to regret his outfit choice for a massive holiday fun run outside of Paris, as thousands of other Santa Clauses swarmed streets in Mexico City and Kosovo over the weekend for similar events. But even though the real Santa is used to going down plenty of chimneys, this Santa in Guatemala is proving Kris Kringle can really handle heights, rappelling with presents from a train track as eager kids gathered below.
It's a great emotion that's difficult to share, but it's a joy, completely. Us municipal firefighters do this, serving the community. This is a way to do it.
In Germany, a scuba diving Santa and his reindeer helper brought tasty treats to their fishy friends. Visitors to this aquarium absorbing all the action as Santa Claus came across sharks, rays, and turtles. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
Well, coming up, the world's largest edible gingerbread village is on display in Kansas City. We'll check it out. Well, the world's largest edible gingerbread village is on display in Kansas City, Missouri. Morgan Mobley has a look at the world record holder.
Pretty cool. All the little details in it.
It's a labor of love.
It travels across the country. So John lives in New York. He makes all of this in his home, in his basement, kind of a Santa's gingerbread workshop in New York, and then drives it across the country.
And a comeback story for the ages.
Went to culinary school, learning to be a chef while I was working at the Hyatt Regency Crown Center, and entered a gingerbread house competition and lost. I didn't even place.
Now, this is John Lovich's full-time job.
All the gingerbread is completely made from scratch. It's flour, really cheap pancake syrup, vegetable oil, brown sugar, and a lot of spices.
Currently the world record holder, this village is made up of 1,251 entirely edible gingerbread houses. And it only took him 3 days to assemble.
How long do you think it would take you to make this?
Oh my gosh. Months.
Gingerbread Lane, full of nods to KC specialties and no shortage of sugar.
I have caught some little children trying to snack, and I was like, no.
Lovich says feast your eyes all you want, but keep those hands away.
Like every last inch of it is entirely edible. We don't recommend that you do eat it. It's just there to look at. Don't eat it.
That's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of monkeys in London enjoying stockings full of treats. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.